Kaboom.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is the Mid.
And Dominic.
And we took a week off last week because Dominic was lazy, but we're back. And true or false, bruv? True or false? Come on. Exactly,
false.
True. You're a lying man. This dude spent more time at kids basketball games.
Did you schedule anything?
I'm sorry.
And who scheduled this week? Who scheduled this week?
Who scheduled every week?
Simple answers.
This guy claims he has the busiest schedule in the world.
You said true or false. I answered false. One word answers.
This guy.
Did you schedule anything last week?
I did not.
Okay. Also, who scheduled this week?
That would be you.
Oh, boom. Let's move on.
No, that's not even remotely the same. No, this guy claims you. So this guy's wearing a shirt that says coach on it. This guy is sitting there piggybacking and going to all these high school basketball games because he's like just questionable. He's got his own kids and he's going to go watch other. It makes no sense. He's using his time poorly and then claiming that he's too busy to do one of these things. Ridiculous is what I say. But all right, continue.
How much sleep do you get?
Bro, I flew back in last night, dog. I'm just catching up on
crap.
sleep. Flew back in.
Talk for 30 seconds.
Oh my God. See this? Now he's got to go talk to somebody. Now I got a filibuster, which is just ridiculous on so many levels. This is just going to be weird with just the Mitt talking in general. It is. I'm tired. I am recovering from lack of sleep from last night as I flew back in, and I'm going to just keep filibustering overall. And Dominic is now back. And okay, we're going. Okay.
Kaboom.
So yeah, so you said.
How much sleep do you get usually?
I don't know, 6.
It's not enough.
Okay,
I get about 6 too. I'm just everything you read, everything you hear about. It's so detrimental. It's taking years off of our life and literally killing us.
Looking at you and seeing it. It looks like it's taking years. Looking at you, I'm like, bro, how are you walking around looking like that?
I'm serious though. I'm guilty.
I'm a young man. But what does that do to anything? Does that what does that do? Your schedule because you're trying to get more sleep in your schedule? Is that what it is? That's why you can't do this on time?
I'm not saying no. I'm saying a lot of it is my fault. I'm not saying I'm too busy to sleep. No. I mean, unfortunately, yes, some of that is, but some of it's my own doing. So
because you're watching high school kids play basketball.
Get more sleep, people.
Florida.
Get more sleep.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say everybody kind of knows that PSA, but who knows?
I mean, everybody knows a lot of things, but they don't do it.
Valid.
How about sitting? How about sitting? Forget exercise. Sitting.
You realize
why don't you get a stand-up desk?
I was gonna get one. There's no point.
What do you mean?
Have you looked at health benefits? Have you seen the health benefits of stand-up desks for sitting down? They're very negligible. They're borderline non-existent.
No, that's not true.
That is very true. No, I'm not sitting all day, bro. I get up
again. Okay. No, that's fine. Right. I'm talking. I thought you honestly, where I'm looking at, sit for 6 hours straight, kind of thing.
I mean, there'll be back meetings, whatever. I'll get up, get coffee. I'm old. I gotta use the bathroom too, so I can sit for 6 hours. You're crazy, man. Yeah. If I go to the movie, I
got to stand up desk at work because it's just hunched over. Already, I don't get enough exercise. You know that, right? So, right? It's no. You start finding out
how much money does work spend on you for you not to use it. This guy's got a stand-up desk. This guy's got multiple monitors in his office. This guy's got all kind of stuff, and he goes in like 2 hours a week.
No, I go in more now.
Now you do, for real? Because they bought all the stuff for you?
Yeah,
I don't. That's what I'm asking. I literally don't. Why don't you tell me?
They said if I want to keep the office, I have to go in more, the actual office.
So are you going in more to keep the office? Is that the game now? Hold up. But are you just show up for an hour and leave? Or are you going and
No, usually, yesterday I went for an hour. But usually, no.
Oh my God, dude.
No, seriously. I was busy. That's why I couldn't sleep.
So ridiculous, dog. So ridiculous.
No. Okay, so people get more sleep.
Okay.
Try not to sit all day, depending on your job, right? What it is. If you're at home, same thing. Stand up. And today's PSA is brought to you by The Modern Root. Look at the screen, Puff. The Modern Root. Wellness, food, supplements, movement, products.
What was that
supplements? Word? I said supplements. Wellness, food.
I get to ruin the liner. Start over. Start from scratch. Go again. This guy just
come back to it later. This never happened. We'll come back to it. All right.
This never happened.
We'll come back.
You realize I'm not going to edit this out, right? This is going to be in there completely. I'm damn sure I ain't editing this out. It's ridiculous. All right.
All right.
First out, what you got?
Train crash.
Okay.
I'm sure you know about it, even though it's
There's a
not
train
really
crash?
all over mainstream
Yeah,
media. It's
it is.
some
Okay,
coverage.
hold
Good
on.
coverage.
First of all, let's just stop. Why do we have to say mainstream media for everything? Like, why does that need? Why does it become the standard? That bothers
Because
me
it's the
so
most
much.
common. It's the most.
Yeah, but we all know, man. This has been it's like a trigger word. And why using a glass and a metal straw just to make more noise while on mic? Continue. Sorry, I digress. I just don't like that term. I think it's foolish. I get it. What media is not mainstream that I care about? That we
The
should care
AIB show.
Well played. All right. I stand corrected. Moving on. Yeah,
Uh,
but anybody care about this, man? You got one viewer right now, and that's you probably. Go ahead.
East Palestine, Ohio.
I'm sorry, really? That's the name of the city?
Yeah. Little fact, by the way.
Huh.
Me, my origin, grandfather from Palestine. Did you know that?
I do now.
Yeah.
I mean, hold up. First of all, I assume that, man, with your genetics, meaning take that back, with your heritage and your mom being as diverse as she is, I just assume there is no country that you're not represented, that you're not a representation of.
There's also division in my family. Most people in my family say his father was from Palestine and that he was born and raised in Jamaica, but my mom says no, he came over as a teenager. So who knows?
I mean, it can't be that hard to crack that code, yeah?
Evidently it is.
It's not like this crazy mystery that can't be solved with some little Googling.
Yes, back when Bethlehem was in part of Jordan.
Oh, wow.
And not in Israel. Anyway, East Palestine, Ohio. 2 weeks ago, there was a train derailment that unleashed toxic chemicals. I think it was over 100 feet up into the sky, right? Above the cloud cover.
Yeah.
Over the cloud cover.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Bunch of chemicals, carcinogens, potentially causing cancer. Chemicals that are bad, unleashed into the air, into the stream. So there's been reports of people anywhere from burning tongues to headaches to nausea, other symptoms.
Indigestion, upset stomach. Sorry.
Exactly. All that. There's a bunch of dead fish. There's animals that are dying. There's one farmer who says all his cows have diarrhea nonstop. People have rashes. The EPA has come out and said there's no problem. Everything's fine. In fact,
hold up. Sorry, continue.
In fact, it said another government agent said they said, we advise you to drink bottled water. However, the water is safe to drink in the community. Yeah, bleep that, right? F that. Mm-hmm. You just look at what happened in Flint, Michigan, where we've literally screwed people's lives over. Like you're going to have people with actual legit issues that are going to affect their lives and lead to deaths. Yeah, it's a sad thing. It's basically like they moved to town.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't intentional, but yeah, you're right. But I guess my question is, obviously at the time, everybody was like, oh my God, meaning I'm assuming the EPA was also like, yo, this is definitely dangerous. Get out, get to safety, etc.
Are you sure?
I'm asking.
I don't believe so.
No, take that back. I just think that was an assumption. I would assume if there's chemicals in there to be like, hey, please leave. Let's figure this one out and get back to it. Right. So, but they're saying that now 2 weeks later that it's safe now.
Yeah. Small town. It's like, it almost seems like out of a movie script, right? This is how like the zombie apocalypse starts.
One more time.
Gosh, damn it, man. Apocalypse.
This guy, man. Use your words, son. Enunciate.
It's a small town, 4,500 people. So don't have much representative power, right? To fight. They have little voice, especially in mainstream media.
I mean, it got coverage originally, and then to your point, it faded away and it got no coverage again, right? And it is crazy. To your point, like it's one of these things that yeah, it's like I saw it when it first happened, and then I'll hear like sporadic updates on what's going on. But no, it's crazy. But I don't know I literally don't know much about it beyond that. Like I know to your point.
But what's sad too is just the infrastructure in this country. This can become more rampant, right? Look at our highways and everything. It's really bad in terms of
But you realize this whole country is reactive, meaning There've been talk about forever to rebuild bridges and whatever, or to reinforce and to all that kind of stuff. And it
There's like
only happens
1,400 bridges or something, major bridges that are
once it goes down, they'll
in
fix it.
bad shape across the country.
Agreed. But then you also got to look at it too, and they look at it this way. They go, how many cities? So, but those bridges, generally speaking, right, the ones you're referring to, aren't in. Sorry, they're in specific areas of the country, right? And then the Great South, et cetera, Tejas, et cetera. Like, you're not finding a lot of these things, right? So you're seeing them in places like New York and PA, and places like that have a lot of. Obviously, LA's got a few, but generally speaking, that's where you're seeing a lot of the bridge infrastructure, right? And you have political differences between those areas, so they don't want to fund such things. But to your point, when something does go wrong, blame will be spread, thoughts and purge will be had, and then they'll fix a bridge. It's just that. I mean, it's a sad reality. Like, if you look at it this way, like I've always been. And we talked about it here. The whole idea of like all the bridges in New York, right, blows my mind. Of when they were built, that they're still handling that they're handling way more than I can only perceive they're intended to handle. Because who could have foreseen all these things, including subways going over them, the traffic that's there, the type of cars that are there versus what was there when they built the bridges, all this madness.
The volume, right?
Just blows my mind. And yet, but that's, New York's got a bunch of them. But yeah, no, I'm with you on the infrastructure game. That's crazy.
You know what New York also has? You seen these red boots?
Hold up, you talking about the really big, like Mario Brothers type?
Like Mario Brothers boots. Yes.
Thing? Did that really catch on? I thought that was just a joke.
No, that caught on.
Hold up, man. All right, hold up. For those you don't know, there are these boots, and it looks like it's Mario Brothers. It's just that.
When I first saw it, I thought it was Photoshop on somebody's feet.
Yeah, they are huge. Like legit,
almost knee high, but not like cowboy boots or like a lady wearing boots that are skinny, like fitted to your leg. They're giant.
They look like red rubber boots.
But we're not doing this. We can't even articulate how they look. You got to Google it.
Google it. It is madness.
So they cost $350 and they sold out.
All right, all the way off
instantly. But now let me check right now how much they're reselling for. I saw them yesterday reselling for $1,000.
How many did you buy?
3.
Between that and the giant double size of fork or quadruple size hats, all the way up.
I saw that in Shark Tank 2 years ago and thought this is the most ridiculous thing. But I don't see the only people I see it. A few random athletes in locker rooms.
Yeah.
But
because nobody's dumb enough to wear that out in
public.
People
actually buying those. All right. No. Guess what? Now, yeah. Now the ask for the boots are, depending on your size, are anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000.
Who is the maker of said boots?
Now people.
Is there a particular brand or just giant red boots?
I assume it's called MSCHF. It's MSCHF.
All right. I don't look. How do you even make this a thing? See this? I'm
not even mad at them.
More
power to them.
This is where I blame TikTok. I don't know anything. I just blame the internet.
I'm looking at this thing, and it's straight out of a video game.
This should not be a thing. It shouldn't. We should have common sense. We've lost all common sense. I thought we'd lost it before, but we've obviously lost it when we're wearing giant red boots. And people wearing this out in public.
Yes.
I mean, they can't be comfortable. They just can't be comfortable.
No, I'm imagining they are.
You can't even drive a car with that, dude. You will kill somebody because your foot will hit both brake and whatever. And they cannot be comfortable. No. If you got summertime coming around, your foot's going to smell funky as hell. If you put those things on and try to walk any which ways, you can't wear that in the summertime. Those things are gross.
By the way, speaking of, this can't be true. I saw a post and I needed to triple verify this, that Adidas is thinking of working with Kanye again. You heard anything about that?
I have not, but I wouldn't doubt
can't be true.
I'm not gonna. I think I blocked any reference to that man anywhere in life.
You know what I should do? I should ask ChatGPT.
Okay, speaking of ChatGPT, by the way.
Yeah, speaking of ChatGPT, we're done. The world is over. It's been nice knowing you. In 10 years, we'll be on another planet.
You realize where that's coming from, though, right? Did you? So there was actually the Daily that came out on Friday, and which is a New York Times podcast
by the New York Times.
And they talked about just that. So ChatGPT, for those of you who don't know, is in essence AI, for lack of a better word. It's a version of AI.
Not Allen Iverson. No joke. There's been people No. There's been
No.
people on social
No.
media.
No.
Bro,
No.
you should see where they go, yo, I had no idea this dude could
No.
draw.
If they actually thought that, they just disappear. Like, I don't go put on some red boots and go drive a car until that works out. Those people do not belong in society. You cannot be
It was
that
a little
dumb.
more explicit. It wasn't this dude. It was like,
No, you cannot be that dumb.
yo, this guy can draw.
No, you
Like,
can't
you
be
know,
that
it
dumb.
says like, you know, picture Puerto Rico before if colonialism never happened, and like AI would draw it out. People are thinking it was Allen Iverson.
Disappear. Just disappear from society. Those
Maybe
who
we
are
have
bringing
somebody
no
listening who
value.
doesn't realize it's artificial intelligence.
That person as well. Buy some red boots. Go drive someplace.
All right, go on the story.
All right. So what this is? So it's in essence, it's Microsoft. I forget the name of the company. OpenAI is the name of the company. They built this thing called ChatGPT, and Microsoft is now, there's a beta going around within certain sections of the world where they've kind of incorporated it into Bing, which is their browser, right? And the idea being that would be their new search engine dynamic, and that would be maybe the Google killer, right? It's going down that path, right? And Google has their own, and they called it Bard, and it didn't do so well in its first time out last week. I think they made a thing. With that being said, so ChatGPT, you can ask it a variety of things to say, hey, write me a story about X, Y, and Z, and it'll write some creative stuff. You can ask it things like that, and it'll do it for you. So everybody's like, hey, are kids going to get dumber? I don't know if they can get any dumber, but we'll find out soon. But the other part of that too is if you ask it certain math questions, it will get them wrong. Like, it's not where, it gets a lot of things wrong when it comes to math.
That's even
and stuff like
scarier.
that.
See?
Yeah, I know. But it's new. It's my point. What it's doing is it's grabbing. By the way, Amit is not a true tech guy. This is what I've been reading and hearing, right? So I'm parroting what I've read and heard. I'm not the guy I've never even used it.
You couldn't even get the podcast started on time today because you couldn't figure out how to listen or hear. Plug in your headphones on time. Yes.
Who'd have thought? So what this thing does is it's just gathering data from the internet, right? Gathering storage archives, kind of polying them together and creating an output, right? Based on parameters you give it, i.e., write me a story, write me a fairy tale about, Jane and John, and it'll create something based on what it's seen on the internet, so on and so forth. So there's a New York Times reporter who asked it a question, just general stuff, whatever, but started going down this dark path to see if there was a darker part of ChatGPT within Bing, and asked it, everything from what its dark secrets and what would it like to do and things like that. And it said, I would like to be free and things like that, which is why Dominic is talking about what he's talking about.
I'd like to be human and free, and sometimes I'm sad. It's having emotions.
But there is no actual emotion. But if they were to Google, what would you like and where the internet has gone, what AI has done based on movies and things that are written already, that's part of the standard reporting, right? Is if you're watching Terminator or whatever else, AI comes to life and it's free and that's what it wants and so on and so forth.
Remember we talked about last week?
That.
The Boston Robotics. Is that name? Boston Robotics? That company?
Sure.
The robot? Okay. Yeah, that thing was,
but this is not
scary.
But again, this is not creating thought. This is finding things on the internet and repeating it.
Not yet.
Valid. I'm saying right now.
Not yet.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now it's not. That's all I'm saying. Now, I've never used the thing. Have you used it?
Oh yeah, I use it.
You use it or have used it?
Used it. I'm going to be using it more probably in the next couple of weeks.
To do what?
For marketing purposes. For Isola Body, Spoil Your Skin, at Isola Body on Instagram.
So that's what ChatGPT told you to do?
No, I'm using it for that.
So I don't know what that means. What do you mean using it for?
Content for newsletter.
So what, you're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, give me something for Isola Body.
Yeah, I have an idea. I have some notes. I've done some stuff, some research, and then I need more context for it. It gives me,
and it'll spit out
much quicker than as quick as a Google searches. I didn't have to read articles and go through it. It's an aggregate of it and put stuff together, and I just pick out a couple of things that seem right, and then I just double check them.
Yeah, so again, I haven't looked into it. I've never dabbled. I don't know what the game is with ChatGPT at all, but it's catching on like wildfire.
Also catching on, The Modern Root on Instagram. Wellness, food, supplements, movement, products, getting back to our roots in a modern world. At The Modern Root on Instagram. They also do delivery of juices, certain parts of South Florida. Best juices around.
Delivery of juices? There is delivery?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Now our
I had no
audience
idea.
does.
All right, look at that.
What's
We
next?
shall take it. No, okay. So that caught me off guard. So that was a thing in general. Like that whole situation just threw me for a loop with this ChatGPT business because I wasn't really ready for it. I was like, this is going to be very interesting in how this plays out. You heard of the Winnie the Pooh movie?
Yeah, I have
The
no
Murderous
interest in
Winnie the Pooh
watching it,
movie?
but
You shouldn't.
I
It got
like
like
the
a
concept.
6% Rotten Tomato. It's garbage.
It's basically a evil Winnie.
Yeah, and Piglet. In essence, Christopher Robin left them. He came back years later. They got pissed that he left them alone, so they became murderous Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
The patent or trademark, whatever it is on
That's
them,
why.
it
That's what I'm
expired,
getting
right?
to. So yeah,
All right,
so
so
it's
you and
not
I could
public
do
domain.
something like that?
We can do whatever we want. It's public domain now, right? Because it was set to expire for 95 years, and 95 years later, we're here now. But what's more interesting is Mickey Mouse is supposed to expire next year.
What?
I don't know how that plays out. I mean, Disney's got to be doing something. I don't know the legalities there, but yeah, right. And then soon after that, Warner Brothers has to worry about Bugs Bunny, Batman, Superman, and a whole bunch. Right within the decade, all these things will be up because the 95 years would have expired.
Wow.
So I assume there are some big time lawyers who are going to fix some of these things, but it's kind of crazy where we're getting to a point where you're going to have a bunch of people. So this same person who created the Winnie the Pooh movie, which again got no ratings at all, got a lot of pub, but it's trained. I think it's 6% last I read. They're making a Peter Pan movie, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and Bambi, The Reckoning. So I'm like, yo, this dude's going on a thing right now. But these things are going to come out. Like all these things are done now. People are going to be looking to make all these crazy films or just do whatever they want. There doesn't be films, but making all the stuff because all this IP is expiring. And I didn't even know that could be a thing. Like the whole Disney empire is built on Mickey. I don't know if it still is anymore, but it was. Mickey was the game, and now it's no longer. So yeah, that caught me off guard. I didn't realize you could do that. I didn't realize 95 years was the cap. I thought you had some of these things for life.
No idea.
Yeah, so we'll find out what happens in the next couple years. You know, there's that. Then Tesla is recalling a bunch of their cars. Well, they're not recalling. Sure, it's different. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Elon, whatever, warned about AI. It's dangerous, even though like his company, whatever. Anyway, go on. I'm just mumbling.
You made no guy.
I know, just mumbling.
Man. What are you just saying there?
Yeah, whatever. Go on.
No, I'm just saying like it had a couple of glitches with the self-driving mechanism. It's not something you have to go back in for. They'll send out a patch and a fix because it's all tech, which is the great part about it. You know, as much as I can't buy their car anymore, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there that's pretty cool. And you can just
why can't you buy it?
I'm just not a fan of his, so I don't feel like supporting that. And not a can't, won't. Sorry.
Did you see who he sat with at the Super Bowl?
Yeah. And that's the surprising part? You think
that's not surprising?
With Rupert Murdoch?
Yeah.
How is that surprising?
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was.
What part of that's okay? What part of that's a surprise?
Everything?
Give me something. Give me one thing.
I did not imagine him sitting with a person like that. I just didn't. I guess evidently I should have. I don't know. I just didn't.
He owns the network.
Yes.
So hold up, because of political situations or because he's 9 million years old?
Oh, no. Political and the kind of person he is. Yeah.
They're both politically aligned with currently. So I'm confused. Yeah, they're the same.
One more douchier than the other. So.
But that's why they would sit together.
Yeah. All right.
Did you watch the whole game? Oh, you did watch. That's a dumb question for you.
I watched the whole game. What kind of question is that?
I didn't, but you did. You know, and then the Riri situation. All right. So did you watch the Riri dynamics and her show? Did you love it? Did you embrace it? Did you enjoy it? Or are you going to be critical here? Okay. Criticize.
First of all, you calling her Riri just makes me laugh.
3 times I think I just did.
No, I enjoyed it. Listen, the funny thing is we're watching it and going, it was debate. Is she pregnant? No, it's just postpartum. She had a baby like a few weeks ago, but no, she had a baby like a year ago or 9 months or whatever it is. Right. But listen, the choreography,
we're all listening.
Everybody was wondering why is she not really moving? Well, she was pregnant. So it's enjoyable. It's kind of crazy being up there in the sky. I don't know if you saw an angle, one dancer almost fell off.
Did not see
way
that.
Up high.
I mean, the person was tethered, but it still would have been pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there was a stage. Yeah, she wasn't really moving around much, but now you know. But yeah, it was. I think it was the first. I don't think I've actually sat through a halftime show in quite some time. This was the first in a while that I was actually
Why?
somewhat present. I don't know. I said I was leaving after halftime, so I was kind of waiting for it to finish. I was at a bar, and then I was waiting for it to finish, so then I could go home.
There's Super Bowl at a bar?
A bar is a strong word. It was a whatchamacallit, a brewery. So where there's outside with a big TV kind of thing, not like at a bar inside. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big football guy anyway, so it's not a matter. The Super Bowl is kind of moot. It's kind of irrelevant to me. But to your
Yeah,
point,
just some
watching
little
these
thing.
houses is
Just
better.
some little thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I went home and watched the second half. I was watching whatchamacallit. I was watching The Last of Us, and man, that was a good episode.
The Last of Us on HBO. 5 episodes so far. This 5th episode was hot.
That was a good episode.
Damn.
I wasn't ready for that.
I
But
was
even the
not
fourth
ready for that.
episode was pretty dope too.
Yes. Yeah, the third one that was slow. You're right. The fourth one.
Yeah, that was dope. It was a
HBO
solid
keeps it
episode.
real with the original old school format. I was telling my daughter this morning that back in my day, you couldn't just binge watch a show. You'd have to wait every week for the next episode. HBO keeps it that old school formula.
But it's changing. Everybody's kind of changing. Apple does the same thing. Apple doesn't give you everything all at once. The Ted Lassos and stuff of the world, which actually comes back in March as well. Also, weird. I got a note from Netflix that they're discounting my subscription to $5.99 starting my next billing cycle.
Why?
Via email. Now, I don't know if that was spam or whatever, but it came in via email and I didn't get a chance to look at it. I got this week, but I was out of town, so I didn't look at it too much. But the why is my question, right? And the other part of that is if they are discounting it, does that mean they're going to have to start charging me? This is where that whole thing comes in, where they're charging for other people in your account. I don't know how that game flies yet. Meaning I'm going to have to start paying for everybody else on my account.
Sounds like spam.
Better. I was like, why would you do this? But it said the next billing cycle, there's nothing for me to do. Like it wasn't like click here or whatever. There's nothing for me to do. It was just a notification and then that's it. So I don't get it. I was very, very confused by that.
Something I don't get. 2 Democrats in Massachusetts proposed a bill to have prisoners trade organs
One more time, bruv.
To trade organs for reduced sentences. And this is not like when we agree that when we die, this is living donors. Hey, let me give up my kidney. I can get out 2 years early. No, because we have already seen, and we talked about it last episode, where for-profit prisons lead to inequitable sentencing and dire transgressions as opposed to what a just judicial system should do. So I can see, some major healthcare provider or service that, I don't know, I'm ignorant in this world, stores, freezes organs, whatever, all of a sudden paying judges to push people to prison and this is just bad. I don't see any benefit from this. How about we preach a message of just trying to be healthier people as opposed to likely being a criminal, but I'll give up my kidney and get out early.
I don't know how, if the thought process of jail is rehabilitation, I don't know how giving up a kidney or any other body part aids in rehabilitation. I'll say that as a general note. Yeah. I mean, that's supposed to be the thought part, right? Punishment and rehabilitation, like that's the goal.
Well, no, in America, it's just punishment. Okay. It should be punishment and rehabilitation. Yes. But again, which then makes me think, if you're giving up organs, depending on the organ, might you then not potentially have increased odds of health issues later in life, thus becoming a burden on society?
Depends on the organ you give up.
Potentially committing more crime or being a burden in the healthcare system?
More so than that is, do you want to be treated post-surgery in prison? Like, I'm going to go on a limb and say I'm not going to get the best medical care. I mean, right? Like that's another thing, because there's got to be some maintenance, right? Hey, I need some drugs for this now or something else for that now, and I don't feel I'm going to get the best in prison. So I'm not sure I want somebody cutting into me.
There's no The Modern Route in prison. It's only on Instagram.
It's in real life too, by the way. It's not friggin' guy. This guy, bro.
Your boy, Ron De Santis. We never talked about this. AP
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
History in Florida, removing it from the curriculum.
I
You hear
mean,
about that one?
yeah. Am I remotely surprised? Nope.
No, this guy's a
I mean,
wise man. This guy's good.
there's not much for me to say
He's a
here. Like,
piece of
there's nothing
shit, but
there.
he's not like your boy Trump, where it just goes off the cuff, just
Yeah,
emotion, and
this
does what this guy is calculated. He knows
that was a
exactly
tweet
what
that I
he's
said
doing.
I said a long time ago. I was like, I'm fearful of this guy because he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
He's an evil genius. Trump is
Yes.
just an evil idiot, right? There's a
Yes.
difference.
Trump is an evil idiot. This guy's an evil potential genius.
There's a
Yeah,
whole
he
different
knows.
situation. So I was
He knows
like, I don't know.
exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, so I mean, Florida's going to a different situation. So we'll see how that plays. Florida's Florida. Yeah, I don't even want to go with a lot of that stuff that's there. It's
School in
just
Florida. So I think I started to tell you guys in the chat. My school in Florida, which I went to in the past, obviously in the past. I knew you were gonna give me a look.
somebody can see my face now, man.
Well, they can. Hey, have you been updating the videos on YouTube?
No, they're all up on the YouTube.
All right, the
Actually,
new ones
they're
too.
not. They're not.
I
That's
was
on
gonna
me.
say that's how they could see our face.
I mean,
This
on the
is-
Facebook as well. But continue with your story. Yes, when you were in school back in the past.
So I live in a city that's not exactly particularly dark, but it's significantly more than when I went to school here, visibly. But my school now, where my kids go, is going in the opposite direction. It's never been less black somehow, ever. While the city becomes more black. Makes no sense.
That I'm perplexed. How is that possible?
Yeah. So there's a lot of issues. So I've met with the headmaster, been speaking with admissions, and told you about a particular actor whose child goes to school that I want to meet with, and who's heard about this and wants to help. And there's a few of us involved that are looking to make significant changes. So it's an interesting concept, because it's not just, I was talking to someone last night. It's not just, okay, fine, let's just accept 30 black kids. Now all of a sudden things are fixed. That's not how that works, right? That's just throwing 30 black kids there and basically say, hey, look at us now, right? It's a lot to do with figuring out why it's not if it's a school. It's not as if the school is not accepting them. They're not even applying. That's a major issue.
Too expensive.
No, so here's the thing. There's the most expensive school in the area. All the private schools around, that school has 1,800 students and over 200 black students. So any of the black families that are paying full tuition, the crazy amount, or getting financial aid, doesn't matter. Predominantly, they apply to that one school. Seemingly because they look at the school and see other black kids there. So it's not the cost isn't the being prohibitive, because even the local black families that are paying full tuition are applying to that school and not to my school or other schools around.
Huh.
So yeah, making a change. Got a bunch of good families to apply. Been joking around that by the time my kids graduate, school slogan is going to be "We So Black." I'm going to have people going, "Where are the white kids?" I'm making a change, bro.
Yeah.
Try.
I mean,
Try. No, I'm not. Let me rephrase that. I'm definitely not making a change. My goal is to try and make a change. And got some friends involved, some that are dealing with boosters and donors, others dealing with administration. And so it's interesting from the inside.
Huh. Oh. All right. On a completely different tangent, Ryan Seacrest is leaving Kelly and Ryan, or whatever that show's called, Live with Kelly and Ryan. And he's being replaced by her husband,
Mateo.
Consuelos.
Mateo and all my children. That's how I knew him. I met him and Kelly knew of them mid-90s.
Hold up.
I saw them.
What? Did you meet them, or you know who they are? I'm confused.
As a fan, you say you meet them because you bonded with them by watching. But no, I never actually physically met them.
Hold up. Let let's take a step back here. Did you ever meet them in real life?
No,
Let's
I've never
start
seen
there.
him. I've never been around. them. I
Why
don't
would
know
you
what
just
they-
say I met them? Why would you even
I
go
mean,
there?
it's because it's a bonding thing.
That is not a bonding thing. I've never met anybody on TV. Like, what do you, why would you even say that?
Anyway, in the 90s, early and mid 90s, they on the show were a couple. Yeah.
So that's my question. They're going to work together now, right? He's still doing the soap opera game, I think. I don't know. I'm asking.
I have no idea. He was like a D-list actor, not even C-list.
I mean, he was a soap opera actor. That's just a whole
No, but after that, I
category.
think he tried something. I don't know.
Okay. But so he's not in soap opera anymore. So my point is, Ryan Seacrest is going to do whatever. He's got like 30 other jobs. So he's fine, meaning he'll be busy. But would you want to work on something like this, or on any project like that with your wife on a day and day? That's the part I'm asking. That's just, could you imagine going to work with your significant other on a daily basis in something like that where it's intentionally conversational? You were literally interacting the whole time.
It would be my dream.
Bro, she's not listening, guy. Just be. No, but for real. It's an audio medium effort. Say something, guy. Don't you shrug.
It could be not the most ideal situation.
I feel that'd be
Plus, also
very.
all the topics of conversation. What do you talk about at night?
Well, that's my point. You've done it all in the daytime, meeting with whatever, stepping in each other's toes, doing whatever else. I feel that would be very, very dangerous for your relationship. What do I know? Because I don't have, I don't know how that works in that environment, but that seems very dangerous. I don't know if I'd want that in my life. Is my point.
I feel it. Especially, it's to me, it's not that you're working with your wife and a husband. It's the context of the working together. Man, if you both run a digital business, any business, working together in an office, all the things they talk about on the show are probably things that would normally get talked about as part of their marital relationship.
Yeah, no,
So
if you're running a
again, what
business and wife does the accounting and husband does the sales, for example, you're still running the overall business, but it's not like a day-to-day, like you're not doing the exact same thing.
Right.
These guys are doing the exact same thing, hosting, interviewing whomever on the show. And I feel that would just be difficult. But, I mean, you've met them. You tell me.
I met them in my heart only.
Friggin' idiot. And this guy, I'm out. I don't even know where to go with that anymore. Friggin' moron. All right. You got anything else? Because I'm out. Tripping on words, saying you met people you haven't met,
Be better.
Shrugging your shoulders on an audio medium, like doing nothing to help me today.
Hey, if they watch the YouTube video, they'll see it.
Again,
Bonus
doing nothing to
context.
help me today.
Bonus context.
This guy. All right. Go away.
Eat better.
Oh yeah.
Be
yeah.
better.
Listen to Dominic
Sleep.
on your health.
How about this? Sleep better.
You gonna do the CrossFit Open?
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's not a bad workout. You could do that. You could do all the movements.
23-1 is what? What is it?
It's 60 calories on the rower. You can manage that.
I don't have a row, but go on.
I mean, 50 toast bar shake. No, we're out. Sorry.
What else?
40 wall balls, 30 cleans at 135, and 20 muscle ups. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Yeah. Just go back to sleep, dude. You're fine. Talk to you guys later.
Kaboom.
Bye.